If you had to buy stock in one quarterback in the NFC West for the next 5 years, who would you choose, Frakes?
I'm going with Jared Goff. I'm going with Jared Goff, which might be a surprise to some, but I look at the landscape around the NFL, and I look at Russell Wilson, and I say, okay, what's he got around him as far as wide receivers, his offensive coordinator? Is he a pass guy, Schottenheimer? Not necessarily. I look at the experiment down in Arizona. Until I see it, I don't know what I'm getting. And then I look at the 49ers, and Garoppolo started 10 games in his NFL career. I can't go anywhere with him yet. Jared Goff went to Super Bowl last season. Jared Goff is going to get paid like he deserves. And Jared Goff has, to me, the greatest mastermind when it comes to drawing up plays that are going to suit the young quarterback in Sean McVay. So you put all that together, I'll take the guy who I've seen do it on the field, do it in this offense. And no offense to Russell Wilson. If you want to ask me whose career I'd rather have, Russell Wilson, 10 out of 10 right now. Russell Wilson is a Hall of Fame quarterback. But if you're telling me the next 5 years, knowing what Jared Goff has around him, and 3 talented wide receivers, and Todd Gurley and Sean McVay calling the plays, I will roll with Jared Goff over any of those quarterbacks in that division.
If they pay Jared Goff what he's worth, or whatever that is that you said, we're talking like 30 mil up.
Yeah, how many of those weapons they gonna keep?
That's what I'm saying. Over the next 5 years, those guys aren't sticking around. A lot of those guys are wily veterans who won't be in the picture.
That's fair. And is Robert Woods going to take a discount? No. Is Cooks going to want to not rig it? No. Right. Is Cooper Kupp going to want to get paid? Yes. Right. You know what? As long as Sean McVay's in that ear whispering, and they've got that offensive built around Jared Goff, I'll roll with those two. I saw it last year. Goff's not the best quarterback in the league, but if you're asking me with coach and quarterback how it all works, I might take that combo over anybody else.
All right, I'm going to be your resident GM right now.
Okay. What you got?
Now, I do like Jared Goff, but the problem with Jared Goff is you never know what Jared Goff you're going to get. As we saw last year, Jared Goff is a great quarterback when he's playing, I guess, at the standard that he showed us he can play at.
Right.
But he's so up and down. He was up and down last year. It was a part of that season where we were like, man, you know, what's wrong with this guy?
It's true.
And in breaking down film, you just saw him taking too many shots downfield instead of taking what the offense gives him. Now, on the other hand, I'm a Russell Wilson guy.
Sure you are.
In the next 5 years, Russell Wilson, with the weapon, I thought last year was going to be the year that Seattle struggled. They actually were in every football game they played in.
Right.
I think this year they'll be an even better football team. And with him at the helm, I mean, he does things on that football field. You know, you talk about weapons, and you're right. The Rams have all the weapons. Russ doesn't have a lot of weapons, but man, does he know how to make pea soup out of peas. Man had pea and he turned it into some great...
Hey, get country on him, D.O.
Pea soup. Split pea soup. Precise.
With some ham in there.
Oh, my goodness, man. I'm taking Russell Wilson. I already know what his contract is. I don't have a commitment as far as that goes when you talk about trying to figure out how much money I have to pay this guy.
Fair.
Moving forward, he's already established. He is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. We always forget that fact.
We're talking about investing in a guy. We're all wearing blue. To your point, blue chip stock is Russell Wilson. And he's only 30 years old. I feel like we forget that. We have quarterbacks playing 40-plus now. He's only 30.
Yeah, listen, there's 3 things you can count on in life: death, taxes, and Russell Wilson making the playoffs. He's that type of player. So I agree with you, but just for the sake of...
No, if you want to go Russell, let's hear it.
No. Just for the sake of showing respect for a guy that, if you follow the trend of the NFL, Kyler Murray is going to be fantastic in this league. Just think about the last couple Heisman ones. You look at Baker Mayfield, phenomenal. Lamar Jackson, phenomenal last year. There's something about these individuals that are crowned the best player in college football. When we know in years past, the Heisman doesn't mean you're going to be successful right away. But as of recently, with these open systems and these guys flinging the ball around and being quarterbacks since the age of 8 and being molded into superstars in high school, college, and then they hit the pros, there is no drop-off. There is no, sit this guy and wait. I feel like Kyler Murray, if you want to invest in something, how about you invest in something that can revolutionize the game?
You're right. A little risky for me.
High ceiling.
But you're right.
He can revolutionize the game.
And that team did the right thing by letting Coach Kingsbury get the guy that he felt was the best guy for his system. You're right. He just scares me because unlike Baker had so much more experience in college. And Kyler had that 1 year, and he was phenomenal. But
isn't that what you want to bank on, though? The fact that Kyler's never played football in the offseason. Plays baseball. He's never been...
Say that again. Think about that.
He has never once played football.
He's never been a full-time football player.
We always say that.
Crazy.
But did that make him good, or did that make him Or will that make him better? Sometimes you need that break. We all know you need that break sometimes.
Right.
And maybe that break was enough for him in the offseason to go play baseball, to come back even more revved up and more rejuvenated and more. I don't know if
All I'm saying
I don't know if more practice for Kyler Murray is going to get him into a bet. Like, he needs to see defenses, and he can't see that in an offseason.
I hear what you said. I hear what you're saying. I just feel like when Michael Vick first touched the field, we didn't hesitate. We're like, you know what? This guy's going to change the game. And for people who didn't say that, they were too far behind when the fan train was
Michael
leaving.
Vick didn't play his first year.
But it was a different game, too. Michael Vick played.
I'm just saying the way he revolutionized the quarterback position when he was undersized, had a big arm, and he changed the way we view the QB position. I feel like Kyler Murray is that individual.
Well,
and you
Russell
said
Wilson
it.
is that individual. He's already done it. So he's already proven that he can do it for the next.
Kyler's different than Russ, though.
Kyler's different.
Kyler's gonna run.
He's
more than
faster.
Russ has ever
he's more
run.
explosive.
Kyler is
But
more
Russ-
like Michael Vick.
Yeah.
But Russ wasn't supposed to be the guy.
No.
He was a third-round
He was
pick.
not, yeah.
Kyler's been put on this pedestal already. That, to me, is interesting, too, when I'm the #1 pick in the
Pressure,
NFL,
yeah.
and they traded away a top 10 pick to take me. There is pressure on Kyler Murray. Don't be fooled about it.
But Hall, I got to ask you, as a defensive player, the injury concerns are there for Kyler Murray, as there with any quarterback that likes to take off on his feet that's a little bit undersized. Do you have that concern looking at him?
I do, because, I mean, we saw with RG3. I lived through it. Being in the playoffs, about to beat a great Seattle football team, and this kid tears his ACL, and we're like, our hopes and dreams go down with him. And so it is real, because every team he goes against wants to get a shot at him. I remember when Johnny Manziel came in the league. Everybody wanted to get a shot at him. The same thing with Baker. You
Same
saw
thing with
guys
Lamar Jackson.
taking those hits. The same with Lamar Jackson. It's going to be guys, if it's questionable, they're going to try to go get the little new quarterback who's fast. And as fast as Kyler Murray is, you're not going to get him all the time. So when you do get a chance to line them up, they're going to give him all they got. And so I do worry about that. But hopefully he's smart enough. We know he know how to slide. So
Gotta catch him
hopefully he
first.
can get down.
One last thing before we wrap it. None of us even mentioned the name Garoppolo. 49ers fan. Fourth out of 4 on this list. And I can't argue it. He
Lots of
hasn't done enough to do anything in this conversation.
Hasn't done enough.
Has Aaron Rodgers done enough to make us think he's going to just come back and take the North?
No.